Hey, bum.
Trigger warning, you are now watching Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got the Koco crew here holding it down live. Yours truly, sexiest man on all everyday wrestling radio. Boom Boom here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me there, way across the pond. No Viagra needed, Dave Koco.
Hey, what's going down? I have no idea where that came from, but all right. Hey, welcome, man. So yeah, sorry I haven't been doing shows lately. Just been so busy. It's been Golden Week, but I'm at my girl's place, and it's because at my place we get noise complaints and sound complaints. Booms. Have I ever been loud on this podcast? I don't ever
No,
remember being loud.
never,
Fucking Japan
never.
sucks.
Just to
Anyway,
be polite.
all
This it's all
right.
passive aggressive bullshit. They won't ever go to your. They won't ever go to your face and be like, "Excuse me, sir, pipe down." They're like, "No, they got to go to the landlord."
Yeah. So I'm at my girl's place, and hopefully we can do more podcasting. And I'm super excited for Backlash. Okay, that was probably the fakest I've ever said. Super excited. I just want to see Samoa Joe beat Roman Reigns. Booms. Don't tell me Samoa Joe is going to lose to Roman Reigns. We'll go in order, Booms. But just tell me everything's going to be okay with my man crush Samoa Joe. Everything's going to be fine, right, Booms? Nothing's going to
Everything's
go
gonna be,
wrong, right?
yeah, everything's gonna be fine. And we, tell me about the rabbits again, George.
Tell me about the rabbits again, George. But yeah, what'd you call it? Yeah, so for the internet inventory, I know we don't get many viewers because, well, we didn't advertise it anywhere because I'm on someone else's computer, and hopefully we'll fix that throughout the week. But I boom boom, you have great power comes great responsibilities.
Exactly.
You have all the control over comment time. So
Yes, I could.
listen,
You know what I could do right now? I could totally spoil the ending to Infinity Wars, but I'm not going to because I'm not a dick.
dude. Infinity's War is the greatest goddamn thing that's ever happened, and anyone that disagrees is wrong. All right, Booms. Focus.
Okay.
Focus.
Eye of the tiger, man. Eye of the tiger. Well, first of
WWE
all,
Backlash. Let's break it down from pre-show to
yeah,
Samoa Joe beating Roman Reigns.
yeah,
Let's
we're gonna
break
break.
it down.
We're gonna start. Really no particular order, but we're gonna start. I guess presumably at the bottom of the card and work our way up. And I also want to give a big shout out to Fran Yelly. So he's saying good morning from New Jersey. So
Woohoo!
good
New
morning to you
Jersey,
too, see
baby.
Fran.
Yeah. Dude, I think it's Franielli. I'm pretty sure Franielli's getting married. So congratulations,
Oh,
Franielli.
he got engaged. So
Woohoo!
yeah, I'm on his
That's
Facebook
awesome,
too.
dude. First internet infantry wedding. Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of his girl, man. Shit, he's marrying up.
Oh, good for you. Well, of course, the internet infantry always marries up.
Mhm.
All right, let's
All right,
break down Backlash.
all
Franielli,
right,
congratulations. Love you, brother.
all right. Tonight, Backlash here. This is the follow up to WrestleMania. It's a dual branded pay per view. So I don't know why they're still keeping the brand split if they're going to do every pay per view is co op. But anyway, here we go. Start at the bottom here. This match here was kind of thrown in last minute, but I'll go ahead and put it in anyway. We had Bailey versus Ruby Riott. Not much of a build to this. This is just kind of put in Ruby Riott, with the Riott Squad. Bailey trying to rebound here. I should mention that Ruby had defeated Sasha Banks, so I don't know if that's going to play into the storyline. But who are you going to go with?
I'm going with my lock of the week of the century right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey wins or her career's over.
Damn.
Because, like,
That.
think about it. She was the hottest thing in the world on NXT. She was
Mm-hmm.
fucked up like Bo Dallas on WWE. She's wrestling one of the 97 girls in the clique on a pre-show in Backlash. If Bailey does not win this match, there's no coming back.
Well, what if she
Maybe
loses
I
via
help him.
what if she loses via shenanigans?
No, it doesn't matter. I don't care if all 76 random girls and cliques beat her. All right, I don't care if there's like 900 just foot soldier women. If she does not
Wow,
win
Ninja
this
Turtle reference. Give
pre-show
yourself 50
match,
points.
thank you. If she does not win this pre-show match, it is over, folks. It is over. Stick a fork in her. I'm going Bailey because her career needs it. Her career needs it with all her heart. All right,
Yeah.
next. Who do you
Let's
got? Oh, why am I even asking?
Yeah, exactly. I got to go with my homegirl. I got to go with Bailey. I got to go with the huckster because, I mean, if she loses, I mean, what does she do? I kind of like building up this. I really felt like WWE's dropped the ball between this feud between her and Sasha Banks. I think maybe a win here would give her some bragging rights over Banks. That could escalate their feud a little bit, lead to an actual match that should have. taking place at Mania, but that's just me.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Dear suck dick podcasters that will do anything to get interviews with WWE guys, if you talk to Triple H or anyone higher or any of the McMahons, ask them why they like Bayley. And if not, you're fucking cowards, pieces of shit, and I hope you all fucking die. I'm tired of all these guys that get access to WWE just sucking their dicks. I'm just saying, you don't even have to fucking be that controversial. I'm not asking you to ask the tough questions. Just be like, hey, Vince, hey, Triple H, why do you hate Bayley? And then as soon as like, well, we don't really why do you hate Bayley? Like, don't even the whole tiptoeing through the tulip shit. No, you're not doing that, podcasters. You're gonna fucking be like, why do you hate Bayley? And as soon as they tiptoe through the tulips, like, we don't hate Bayley. Motherfucker, why do you hate Bayley?
Mm-hmm.
If not, you're all fucking pussies. Every single podcast that interviews WWE guys, you're all fucking cowards.
Don't hate my homegirl. I will stand up for her. There you go.
All right. Well, Booms, get your interview skills ready. You work in the news. You can break it out. Be like, hey, I work for Alabama 576479 News Daily on the net. I have no idea where you work, Booms. Considering that we're almost best friends, I should know where you work.
I wish I knew where you work, but you change jobs every 3 months.
Oh, that's a shoot, motherfucker. Yeah, you got to shoot on me on the air? Jesus Christ. All right. Bayley's going to win or she dies. I think that's what we decided. That's the final verdict.
Next, we got a little tag team action here. We got the tag team of Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This is tough, but I mean,
it's not tough at all.
The obvious pick is Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley, but some people suggested, well, what if Bobby Lashley turns heel? Like, he just walks away from Strowman. I still think Strowman could win on his own, and I still think Bobby Lashley could win on his own, and maybe this could be like a hoss battle. So, you know what? Now that I really think about it, unless Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn hit both of these guys with a truck, I still think Strowman and Lashley go over.
Let me tell you something. There's no pressure on anyone besides Bobby Lashley. If they lose this fucking match after he won the title with a fucking 6-year-old, Bobby Lashley, just go home. You're on the fucking Bayley bus. We are fucking eliminating people. This is like Hunger Games. Bayley, you lose, you're out. Bobby Lashley, you lose, you're out. That's it. We're restocking TNA's roster right now as we speak. There's no fucking way Bobby Lashley could lose this match. If he heel turns and leaves and beats the shit out of fucking Hands Cut McKillicuddy, that's his name, right? But if you fucking there's no way. Bobby Lashley, I love you more than a straight man should. You're no Samoa Joe, I assure you. But with that said, if Bobby Lashley loses this match, I mean, what? I mean, Titus O'Neil will be like, man, you really fucked up your career on that one. That's what he's going to say. There's no way Bobby Lashley loses this. There's no fucking way. Bobby Lashley wins. That's it. That's my pick. Booms, your pick?
I got Lashley and Strowman.
And keep an eye on those live comments, you little sexy son of a bitch.
I have. And it's just, it's still Fran Yelly. He's saying, hey. And then
Congrats, Fran Yelly.
in here, he's saying, what's up?
All right. Well, every now and then, I don't have access to comments. If you got live comments, Boom Boom will read them every now and then after matches.
Zach Rose says they've got to do something with Lashley. I feel like a Lashley heel turn is so the way to go. I actually kind of agree on that one.
What about but he needs a manager. We need Paul Heyman to have more clients. That's what we need. Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, bam. Bring back CM Punk. I noticed that all my predictions involve bringing back CM Punk.
Yes,
You're like, all right, Bayley goes over in the pre-show match, bring back CM Punk, everything is fine. All right, next match.
Yeah,
I can't let it go, Boobs. No matter how much I listen to that Frozen soundtrack, I can't let it go.
No, you can't. M. Douglas says, what's up, Dave and Boom Boom? I didn't even know that Backlash was today, and we'll probably fucking sleep or something. I don't know.
Well, if everything goes right, and I assure you it won't, I will watch Backlash and review it here. So there you go. But I guarantee you, that was probably I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna lie to you, YouTube. I fail often, but I still love you guys. Next match.
All right, next
I know
match here.
YouTuber brings it to honest heat like that, Booms.
Next match here, we have Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Looking at this on paper, I don't know why they would put both these guys in this situation because, I mean, you got Daniel Bryan. He's back after a 3-year hiatus. He had a tag team match at Mania that went well. So now this is his first, he set a record at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now, they put him in a match against Big Cass, who's just come back from knee surgery. He's cleared to go. And I kind of don't understand why they would do this because I really don't want to see Big Cass lose. You'd figure, if you're going to push him as like this big monster heel, the last thing you'd want to do is have him lose. So, and you don't want to like kill Daniel Bryan's momentum because people have begged and just waited patiently for 3 years for him to get back in the ring. There's this big hype. You want to see him win, but do you do that at the expense of Big Cass? Do you make it close? I really don't know what they're going here, but ultimately, I think the money is going to be Daniel Bryan versus Miz, to be honest. I think that's what
isn't it Daniel Bryan Miz? How is it not Daniel Bryan Kurt? Like,
yeah, I don't
why does WWE book themselves into lose-lose situations? They're like, hey, dude, let's make a feud where everyone fucking loses and everyone's pissed off. Because either pretty much, just everything about this sucks. There's nothing good about this at all. I mean, Daniel Bryan has to win, but poor Big Cass's career's over. And Big Cass is in a lose-lose situation. Because, he's a heel. He beat Daniel Bryan. But here's the secret. He can't wrestle. That's the secret. Spoiler. You know what I mean? Big Cass can't wrestle. Spoiler, motherfuckers. Spoiler. It's just a lose-lose situation. I'm going with Daniel Bryan because you know what? It's Golden Week here in Japan. Life is going good. And you know what? I cried during Infinity War. I can't cry during Backlash. All right? I can't cry twice in a month. All right? Or
I think you were following that marijuana truck I saw in Tokyo today.
So there you go. But yeah, to me, I'm going with Daniel. I mean, could they make Daniel Bryan lose? What would be the point?
I mean, I think the only point they would have by having him lose is, you kind of put him back in the underdog role. You get Big Cass over at his expense, but I mean but I still got to go Daniel Bryan.
Well, how about this? Not so fast, my fellow friend. I got a Lee Corso booking idea. What if The Miz interferes? That's kind of win-win for everybody.
Yeah, there you go. You got the good guys got the out. It heats up the feud. I mean, yeah, you could do something like that.
And Miz needs muscle. Big Cass needs a mouthpiece. 1 + 1 equals. I'm giving myself a Barry Horowitz.
What happens if you carry the Kevin Nash?
What's that?
What happens if you carry the Kevin Nash?
By 7?
Yeah, and divide by Yokozuna.
So there you go. I'm going with The Miz run-in. I'm going to go crazy. I say Daniel Bryan loses with The Miz run-in or everything in life is horrible.
Yeah,
those are your only two options.
Zach Rowe, he's saying, I think Big Cass will go over just because if Bryan wins. I don't see where Cass will end up.
Yeah.
And then Edward Mohan, he's got a good question. He's saying, why isn't Ronda Rousey on this card? And I'm just going to say they're going to give her like a Triple H Kurt Angle treatment. They only trot her out. They're only going to trot her out for special stuff.
Yeah, but the problem with that is...
Remember, she's learning too. She's still learning.
She's still learning, but there's also two problems. The Boom Boom brought up a positive. She's still learning. But the two problems are they already told everyone she was going to be on every week, and then they backed off from that. And the second problem is, she's like, I'm a full-time wrestler. That was what she was saying on all these channels. Well, full-time wrestlers show up. So, I don't know. Hopefully she's learning some skills, but she's probably in Fast and the Furious 97th prequel.
All right. And Robert Coffey says, good afternoon from Dublin. So, hello,
hey, what's up, man? Much love, brother.
All right. Next match we got here, we have Carmella versus Charlotte. This is for the Women's Championship.
Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte's never going to lose again. She beat Kana. She's just going to win for fucking ever.
I'm gonna go with Carmella. I'm gonna go with Carmella Just because, I mean, just the way she won it, I don't think they're going to take the belt right back up off of her. And I think I can see something like Charlotte Flair, feuding with the iconic duo, after this. I think it's going to be via shenanigans. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be shenanigans, but I think they're setting it up for Charlotte Flair versus the iconic duo.
Well, let me tell you, if Charlotte loses this after beating Kana or Asuka, if if she loses, you're gonna hear around the world some fucking homeless looking son of a bitch screaming from Tokyo. No! Fucking no. No. Charlotte, if you beat Asuka on the biggest stage of them all and break the fucking streak, you never lose again, you fucking cunt. You just don't fucking beat Asuka in WrestleMania and snap the streak and then lose to fucking Diva B. No, no, that's not the fucking way it goes down at all. So Charlotte is going to win. That is my lock. Go next. Or who do you
Uh,
got? Oh, you
I
already
got,
said you're going Charlotte
I
loses.
got Carmella. Next, there's the other women's championship match. We have Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. Looking at this, I'm thinking this is just the obligatory rematch. I think with this one, Jax puts away Alexa Bliss, and then they just have Nia Jax go on to other opponents. I agree, Alexa Bliss is just over like Rover. She's got the moment of bliss. She's one of the best characters that WWE has to offer. And I don't want to sound condescending because I always hate it when people say something to this extent, but let me just say it. Alexa Bliss doesn't need the championship. And I'm not saying that the championship doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying her character is good enough to where I think she can make money, she can get heat, she can do all this without having to have that championship. And Nia Jax, it just kind of gives Alexa Bliss a break. It gives Jax a fresh set of opponents, it gives Bliss a new focus, and eventually they can do the rematch. But I think this is just like the obligatory rematch. Bliss loses. She has to go on to new sets of opponents. Same thing with Nia Jax, because I haven't seen much out of Nia Jax since she won the championship. So I want to see a little bit more outside of Bliss. I want to see what she can do.
Booms. I don't even have any stupid jokes to add. I don't have anything crazy to say. I agree with you 100%. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Next.
Next year we have. Oh, this is going to be. Oh my God, this is going to be Dave's favorite match of the night.
All right.
Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton.
I
United States Championship on the line.
Look, dude. Listen, I quit doing YouTube and walked away from life because of pure depression, and I might go back into a downward spiral. No, no. Life has been going good. I had a Golden Week, went out shopping, went to a bunch of comic festivals, saw, I just had a great fucking week, Booms. And now this match has to happen. Don't they fucking realize life is too short for something this fucking horrible to happen? I don't know. Can I predict my fucking death? Can I root for my death before this fucking match? Holy shit.
This is one of those where the only way you win is if the light rigging just collapses on the ring and kills both of them.
Can we cut this for time? Can we cut this for time?
I'm actually kind of surprised because I thought at one point WWE was going to try to make this a three-way with add Shelton Benjamin just so that way he could eat.
Oh, thank God there'd be an athlete in there.
I honestly just really don't care. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go Jeff. I'm going to go Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, fuck it. People like Jeff Hardy. I don't give a shit. My pick is that I hope I can fucking survive the match without fucking becoming an alcoholic.
The only thing I think would make it interesting is if you completely turn Randy Orton heel in this match.
No, nothing is interesting. I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, that's the challenge. Today's challenge. We always have a challenge.
Yeah.
Convince Dave Koco that you fantasy book. CM Punk returns. Godzilla steps on them both. You get fantasy book. Your challenge, Internet Infantry, in the chat is to convince someone that fucking hates Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton more than fucking anything in the world. All right? You got to convince me, book away, that I find it to be interesting. Because if CM Punk returns and nothing could save it. Nothing. Lucha Underground could do an invasion. Paul Heyman can bring back ECW with a time machine, everyone in their prime. All right? No, nothing's going to happen. All right? No. This is the worst fucking thing the human race has ever fucking done. I'm going Randy Orton because at least he's. I got nothing, dude. I'm going. Did you pick Jeff Hardy? I'm going Randy Orton for the opposite.
Yeah, I'm going Jeff Hardy.
Dude, I'm not watching this.
Zach Rose joking that he didn't even know that this was even a match.
Fucking, I wish I didn't know. My life, dude, I'm not going to lie to you, Boom Boom. Before you told me this match, my life was 10 times better. My life is officially worse because you told me this match is happening, Booms. That's on you. The blood's on your hands.
Yeah, I
was feeling good about myself. I was like, you know what? Life's pretty goddamn good. And then you're like, hey, dude, pick Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. I'm like, God damn it. Let's fucking start life again. Where the fuck is Thanos?
Friend Yelly says Zombie Andre the Giant interferes.
I don't know if that's enough, man. I don't know if that's enough. All right, we'll continue on with the live comments as far as please find something interesting about this match. You can fantasy book. We got Zombie. Since that's the only suggested Booms has told me, that's in the lead. Zombie Andre the Giant returns.
Nice.
It'll probably be Big Show dressed up as the zombie in ECW. All right, Booms. Let's go to the next match before I fucking stab myself in the fucking neck with this pen.
Let's see. Next year we have Seth Rollins versus The Miz.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Shit's gonna pick up. Any championships on this line?
Yeah, I believe it's the
In it, I see.
I
like this match. This is a good fucking match. I like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I'm going. All right, can I make a quick prediction here, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. If The Miz doesn't interfere and cost Daniel Bryan the match and make fucking the tall guy his muscle, then Seth Rollins wins. But if that happens, Miz wins. I think Miz with the IC title, Big Cass as his security. So there you go.
Yeah, then you could build up an IC match between Bryan and Miz. I mean, that's an interesting one, but I don't know if they're going to, put two secondary championships on the same brand. So since I don't think they're going to do that, I'm going to go the safe bet, and I'm going to go Seth Rollins.
All right, Seth Rollins. Either way, this is a good match. I like this match.
I think it's decent.
This is a good WWE match. I like this. This is so much better than the Randy Orton mess a second ago. All right, go ahead.
All right, next, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. Okay, so now that we just heard Dave's pick.
I love Samoa Joe more than a straight man shit.
I could hear you from here.
Booms, tell me Samoa Joe's going to win, and tell me why he's going to win.
He should win because he's a great wrestler. He's great on the microphone. People love him. They cheer for him. I
love you, Samoa Joe.
I don't know what his merchandise sales are like, but
I don't know. Matter of fact, I'll buy Samoa Joe's gear. I love Samoa Joe.
He's over as fuck. But this is WWE, and as you have said before in the past, WWE is not in the business of being awesome. So it pains me to say it, but I think it's going to be Roman Reigns.
Don't say it, man. Not on Golden Week. Not on Golden Week, Booms. How could you say that? Do you know Samoa Joe follows me on Twitter?
Yeah,
I love you, Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
there you go.
Didn't you book him at one point?
No, I never booked Samoa Joe. I wish I booked Samoa Joe. That'd be the greatest day of my fucking life. I just love him. I don't know if he knows I exist. I like to live in a world he knows I exist. But either way, I love Samoa Joe. And dude, let me tell you how excited I'm gonna be if I fucking just chilling out, watching the WWE Network, see Samoa Joe win. You know what? If Samoa Joe beats Roman Reigns, I'll even go back and watch the Randy Orton match. There, Vince. I will watch the Randy Orton match. And I'll even pay attention. I'll put my phone down. All you gotta do is give me a Samoa Joe win. That's it. Because, Roman Reigns can lose to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe goes about his way. He's got more of a human, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking what WWE, and this is their logic. I mean, they've booked him in the main event of Mania for the past 4 years. They've put main evented him against Lesnar for the past 2 major events. Now this is going to be the third one. You've got You got looking like Lesnar is going to go bye-bye for a little while. Why? I'm just thinking they're just finally going to go, you know what? Fuck it. The crowd's not ready. Too fucking bad. We're pulling the trigger. Roman Reigns wins. We're setting up the title match, and then he's going to win it this time.
Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
Because otherwise, I mean, Roman's been completely buried. I mean, rightfully so. He sucks.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe has owned his ass at every fucking turn. And I'm thinking he picks up a little revenge and goes, oh, well, I guess I have to eat my words because, oh, you're the big dog.
Oh, God. He's going to pat him on the ass and raise his hand.
Oh, dear God.
When does Camp WWE come out? We need some good news on this fucking show.
Somebody's asking if we're watching that. When is the second season coming out?
Dude, the second season's out tonight, dude. It'll be the greatest fucking day of my life.
Okay, because I watched the first season. That was pretty
good. Dude,
decent.
It was the greatest thing WWE ever made. I love Camp WWE more than fucking WrestleMania. There, I said it. If that is wrong, I don't want to be right. I love Camp WWE. Isn't there an AJ match?
That's coming up next. But real quick, going to comments. Zach Rose says Samoa Joe has to win. I just won't accept any other result.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like that. Keep the Samoa Joe alive.
Yeah, and then Fran Yelly says, guys, don't forget Roman has to look strong.
Oh, God, he's right.
and both Edward Mohan and Wrestling Nuts are both telling us that Camp WWE second season drops after the pay-per-view tonight.
Holy fuck, this is the greatest day of my life. Oh, my God. Could you imagine Samoa Joe winning and then binge-watching Camp WWE?
Are they going to drop everything like Netflix?
I don't know. That's how they do it Netflix style.
No. I think they did it. No, when WWE Network, I think they dropped it one episode at a time per week.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm good.
I'm thinking that's what they're going to do.
Booms. Can I live in a fantasy world for a second? Samoa Joe beats Roman Reigns. It goes off the air, and we get Camp WWE. Pow! You know what? I don't even need to go to an afterlife heaven, because that will be my heaven, Booms. That right there will be my heaven. Samoa Joe beats Roman Reigns. They go off the air. And then bam. Is Roman Reigns going to get the main event? Or is AJ getting the main event? Or is that Vince McMahon last second decision?
Right now, it's looking like it's going to be AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, or the final match in the main event, and this is no DQ.
All right, I love everything about this. I love AJ Styles, but I love Nakamura just a little bit more. Oh no, they're not. They're going to let Roman Reigns win. Because think about it, 1 + 1 equals I'm fucked. Because this is why, Booms. Roman Reigns wins, fans boo, but then they get 2 of the people they love. And then we forget about it. Fuck me. I don't think Samoa Joe's going to win. I'm going to pray to Terry Funk tonight.
Yes.
Dear Terry Funk, I want to get Thanos on Disney Tuma and, and make Samoa Joe beat Roman Reigns. Amen.
So, but it's no DQ.
Well, Booms, why do we lose our ad revenue?
Yeah, I have no idea. Actually, everybody hit the like button. I just want to see what happens if we get so many likes. I'm just curious.
YouTube will kick us in the nuts.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Edward Mohan saying no new episodes every Wednesday. Okay, so
I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. I just love it.
So who you got, the champ that runs the camp or Captain Cock Punch?
I'm going Captain Cock Punch, but I love both of them. I just want to see a really good match because I don't think they've lived up to the Wrestle Kingdom match at all yet. You know, like I'd rank it Wrestle Kingdom, the greatest Royal Rumble ever. I don't know if that's what it was called, and then Mania.
You know,
I just want to see them fucking go at it. I want to see them fucking. Why? Is it the atmosphere? Is it the time? Is it the Tokyo Dome? Is it the fact that Dave Koco was in the audience? Why was the match so amazing in the Tokyo Dome and not so much in WWE?
I keep thinking that, since this is no DQ, this kind of plays into the babyface's favor because, you want to have, to prove that, the babyface can win once the playing field is level because these two can beat the crap out of each other. They can't get disqualified. They can't get counted out. They can just low blow each other to their heart's content. So you think it will with a level, with a level playing field, the babyface should win because it's fair in the sense of the context of the rules. However, you got to think if Nakamura loses again, or gets counted out, or not counted out, but if he straight up loses this time, I mean, how bad does he look? I mean, he loses at Mania, he turns heel, he goes to a double count out at the Greatest Royal Rumble. He's changed his music, he's changed his attitude, he's changed everything, and it's just like this needs to pay off for him. Otherwise, he looks stupid.
Yeah, with all that said, Booms, I'm thinking Nakamura.
I got to go Captain Cock Punch.
All right, Captain Cock Punch it is. All right, Booms, live comments, talk New Japan, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. Or if you got some news stories you want to hit up.
Oh yeah,
drive the bus, Booms.
Got some things. Okay, well, I've actually kept up on the comments, believe it or not.
Oh, give yourself a Barry Horowitz, brother.
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody's going to come out and cost Roman the win. I have inside gossip. That's according to Johnny Tango. Cool name, by the way.
Well, what was that by Johnny Tango?
He says somebody's going to come out and cost Roman the win. I have inside gossip. Okay.
Well, you know what? Normally, I'm not a big fan of inside gossip, but anything that takes Samoa Joe winning that's all that matters in life. Go on.
Fran Yelly says such a love-hate relationship between Dave and WWE. WWE has the ability to either make Dave happy or sad.
It's very true. I'm a very extreme person. But I don't know. Lately, WrestleMania and the show in the Middle East, I just thought they were long and average. I wasn't angry. I wasn't happy. I was just indifferent. I don't know if that's what they're going for. Because I saw some people be like, hey, this is the best pay-per-view ever. It was the worst pay-per-view ever. And I'm just sitting back there like, it was just long and average.
Let's see. We got Edward Mohan and Johnny Tango both saying that AJ's going to win. Let's see. Who else? Somebody had Nakamura. Yep, Zach Rowe. He's given up on Nakamura. So we got 3 of the Internet Infantry members saying it's going to be AJ retaining.
All right.
And then, okay, I knew this question was going to come up, so I'm going to answer it here. But Johnny Tango says, why isn't Dave reading the comments? So, Dave, you answer that question.
Oh, I am at my girl's house, and I'm on her computer, and I haven't set it up yet. So that's why I'm not reading the comments. Boom, boom. We'll be reading the comments. But hopefully in the future I could set this up. It's just we had no idea any of this was going to work, so hopefully it's good. So sorry about that. Boom Boom is completely driving a bus. I'm just here. He's play-by-play comment guy, and I'm just here to tell really bad jokes that annoy everyone.
Yeah,
we're a good team like that.
Yeah, and then Tango's kind of critical of me. He says, you skip most of them. Like as far as the comments, well, I just skip the ones where it's just like where it's 2 people talking to each other. I don't read those comments because
they're bringing the fucking heat on you, man. I'd read all the comments, Booms.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to fix this computer. We'd have to fucking start rocking and rolling. Yeah. God damn you, Booms! You happy I got your back? You went for the hot tag, and I just walked to the back.
Yes, you did. Let's see here. Oh, and Zach Rowe wants to know, Dave, have you seen Noah lately?
No, I'm really, really behind on Japanese wrestling outside of New Japan. I just honestly, and mostly it's because of the networks. I mostly just watch WWE pay-per-views and New Japan. I really have to get back into doing it. And I don't even watch Raw or SmackDown that much. I just watch like the highlights of it. And I watched a lot of 205 lately. So yeah, I apologize. And I'm going to Land's End in June. I really like Land's End. I don't know if anyone else has access to it, but it's like a mid-indie in Japan, and I always go because my friend's on the card, and it's really, really good show. I don't know if DVDs. I don't know if it's on a network. I don't know if anyone's even heard of it outside of Japan, but I'm a big fan of Land's End. It's pretty decent for a high-level indie in Japan. Have you ever heard of Land's End? Do you have access? Oh, am I out?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Good deal. Is my mic working?
No, yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I didn't know there was technical. All right. Yeah, so.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, Noah, I haven't caught up with.
What's this? What's this? Dave Koco's going to the back. Boom Boom's without a tag team partner. But wait a minute. Who's this coming out of the locker room? It's Zach Rowe. Zach Rowe's on the apron. He's reaching for the tag. The referee's going to allow it. We got the hot tag. Zach Rowe gets tagged in because he says, Boom Boom, he does listen to them as far as the comments, but I prefer Dave. But he does say that I have good quality control when it comes to reading comments. So there you go. You walked out on me. I got the hot tag. Got a new tag team partner from Zach Rowe.
Love you guys. Well, here, if you guys want to surpass Boom Boom, go on Twitter at KocoSports. There you go, Booms. Let's see who cuts the line. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, now let's get into some New Japan. Unless you've been living under a rock, at Wrestling Dontaku, Chris Jericho made a surprise return to New Japan Pro Wrestling. He attacked Tetsuya Naito, left him a bloody mess. So it's looking like we're finally going to get to see this match between Jericho and Naito. In fact, Jericho's already released like a New Japan T-shirt. It says Los Ingobernables de Jericho. Pretty cool there. I'm going to love this because they teased this. The whole feud was right around Wrestle Kingdom. Jericho talked about the pay-per-view being a double main event. And Naito took offense to that. So I was like, no, I'm in the main event. You guys are before me. I'm in the main event. I'm in the last match. The last match is the main event. And Jericho called Naito a stupid idiot, attacked him on New Year's Dash the day after the show after Wrestle Kingdom. We thought all was lost, but he popped back up. It's looking like they're going to set this up for Dominion next month. And speaking of Dominion here, looking like Kenny Omega is going to be the challenger for Okada's IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So, Dave, I know there's a lot on the plate here, but what do you think about the latest developments? Jericho is back, looking like a match against Naito, and then we're going to see Okada Omega 4. This is the rubber match because all of them are they're 1-1-1 against each other.
I think it's like a gimmick. It's a best of 3, right? No time limit. Am I correct about that? I apologize.
I don't know what the particular steps are.
All right. First off, one, I love Chris Jericho, but I have a love-hate relationship with him. I love the fact that he works us in a good way because it's so awesome. He goes on his podcast like, oh, fuck New Japan. I'm never fucking returning. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's the end of that feud. And bam, he comes out of the audience wearing makeup.
By the way, you are correct. It is best 2 out of 3 falls at Dominion.
Awesome. And second off, I wanted to give all the credit to Chris Jericho returning to New Japan to me. All right? And this is why. I'm not making this up. Earlier, before, Jericho showed up to New Japan, I was clothes shopping. And we went to, like, these stores where they sell vintage T-shirts. And I got a Chris Jericho ECW, Y2J ECW shirt. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, man, he's one of my favorite guys. And I'm like, man, I hope he comes back to New Japan. A few hours later, bickety bam, bickety boom. Hey, no problem. No problem, Internet. No problem, Pro Wrestling World. I'm glad I could accomplish this because that's how it works, right? If you buy a shirt of the athlete and they show up, that's all because of you, right? I'm sure that one T-shirt sale at that vintage place put it over the top. So you know what? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty fucking awesome. Second off, or fifth off, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know why I count because I have the worst memory in the world. I'll be like, okay, the ninth point is boom boom. I love Okada more than a straight man should. I stay up at night wondering who I love more, Samoa Joe or Okada. These are things that keep me up at night, Booms. I am so looking forward to the Freniellis, the Andy Paps, the Americans, that when Okada beats Kenny Omega again, crying, oh, it's not fair. I can't wait. I'm going to fucking be so happy. Booms, you know how I love the Internet Infantry, and you know how I love the Americans. But, oh, God, when Okada fucking hits him with the Rainmaker, and fucking 1, 2, 3, and the fucking internet's gonna be crying and be like, oh, fucking Okada sucks. I'm gonna be like, ha 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 ha. Oh, I can't wait. I fucking can't wait. Booms. I love Okada, and I love Chris Jericho. And I love New Japan Wrestling. And Samoa Joe's beating Roman Reigns. He has to, right? He just has to.
All right, there's a couple of little tidbits of information here that I
All
want to
right.
lay out. This is probably news. This one's really not a huge deal, but I just kind of thought it was funny, but
All
not
right. Go
funny a
ahead.
lot. Yeah. Alberto El Patron has officially become an American citizen.
Oh, Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
it took him about a decade to get his citizenship, but we found out that he got a perfect score on his citizenship exam.
But that's fucking really hard. I know like I bust Del Rio's balls and shit, but that's really hard. He should be giving himself a Barry Horowitz.
So I just thought that was a little
Well,
interesting here.
congratulations. I'm glad that this news story had nothing to do with him beating a woman up or doing something
Yeah, I
crazy
know.
or stupid or TMZ worthy or no show in TNA for the 97th time. Wow, some good
Now,
news from the Del Rios. Good
now,
job,
Coco,
guys.
we really can't end it on the show on a note like this. I got one more story that I absolutely just want to talk about,
All right.
and this is going to be like when you would play little league, the coach would stand, at the mound, and be like, hold up the ball, and be like, okay, here's the ball, and would underhand toss it to you, and that way you would hit the ball, to get you more comfortable hitting the ball.
All right, with it.
I'm about to do that. You're at bat, you're a little leaguer, you
All right.
got your helmet on here, you got that, got that aluminum bat, you got it choked up,
All
you're
right.
getting ready to step in the box here. So here, I'm going to read this news story here, and I'm going to toss this ball at you, and I want you to just drive this one out of the park. Because
I've never been more scared ever. I sucked at baseball. I
if you
love
don't,
baseball, but baseball does not love me back.
because if you don't, I will.
All right, go ahead.
This is coming to us via 41mania.com. They put up an excerpt from Ringside News. It was on a podcast.
Jesus Christ, how many
Jim
references are going to be? Hold on, Poops. Can I first make fun of you for this?
mhm.
And my uncle Teddy read it on 411 Wrestling, and 411 Wrestling got it from PW Insider, and PW Insider got it from a podcast, and the podcast overheard a YouTuber
It's
listen
called
to a
citing
homeless
and
man.
attribution. Thank you very much. This is why
What's that?
this is why I'm the professional, because that's called attribution.
Go
But
on.
but on his podcast, Jim Ross spoke about rumors, and the story is goes back to the greatest Royal Rumble. Now, of course, if you may remember, the women on the WWE roster were not allowed to go, not
Yeah.
even go. I mean, the backstage interviews were done by men, introduction done by men, the wrestling done by the men, and
The gay
so
sex in the back done by men. Go
no,
on.
no, they frown upon that out there
Oh yeah, I forgot.
a
Poor.
lot.
Dude. I was seriously about to out someone and not realizing I was on a podcast. I was about poor. Oh my god, I don't know if he's out of the closet. Let me just stop.
Yeah, stuff right there.
I almost outed a WWE guy. Oh, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Booms. I'm so glad I caught myself. I don't know if you caught that. I was like, oh, I feel so bad for. Stop talking, Dave. Stop talking right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that little angel and devil like on your shoulder, like no.
Yeah, will be the first time we ever edit a podcast.
But
God.
but the story goes, okay, WWE was reportedly paid anywhere between $100 million to $200 million to go over to Saudi Arabia to do that show that they did, and of course the women weren't allowed to perform. But here was one little thing. There's a story going around that the WWE was going to pay the women a bonus as if they had performed.
Oh, that's kind of respectable. Give yourself
Okay,
Barry Horowitz.
but
Oh, the butt.
Jim,
There's a butt. Why is there a
here,
butt? Boom, boom.
here comes the butt monkey. This is what I'm talking about. JR apparently took exception to that, basically saying that he didn't think the women should get paid that bonus for not appearing on the Greatest Royal Rumble card. And this is a quote here, so I'm going to do the whole quote here, and I want to get your initial reaction to it.
First off, can I give a pre-reaction right now?
Yes.
I hate Jim Ross. I think he's one of the worst human beings in the world, and I hate the fact that people put him over like $1 million. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Keep your eye on the ball. I haven't
All right,
tossed
on a ball, on a ball. Let's
I
see
haven't
what this
tossed the
fucking
pitch
piece of shit has to say.
This is a quote. I don't know why it would be that way. It's not everybody's right to be on any card. You earn your right to be on the card, and women have done a phenomenal job, and I'm a big supporter of women's athletics in general. Hey,
Really? Let's. Oh, I would love to get some honest reaction from some of the former divas. Oh yeah, Jim. I fucking. Yeah. Hey, Jim Ross, why don't you contact me and I'll make a list of fucking former WWE employees you can interview on your podcast. But they would probably still suck you off anyway, and you know it. Go on.
I'm a season ticket holder to the OU women's basketball games. I'm a big fan of the OU, that's Oklahoma University, for those of you playing along at home, women's softball team who are defending national champions. So I'm a big fan. But I believe the same thing as I do about WrestleMania. It's not your birthright to be booked. It's like playing in the Super Bowl. It's not your right as an NFL player. You earn that right to get in that game. So I believe the women, I don't know if they were paid or not. I don't know why they would have been paid, and I may piss some people off, but I'm just being honest. My problem is I have sometimes being honest.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you're not being honest. You're fake as fuck. You're a horrible fucking human being, and you know you are. If you would just admit that you're a fucking horrible human being, we'd be over and done with it. But you podcast, and you podcast to millennials, and it's a PC culture right now, so you have to act like you're a better fucking person when you're a fucking horrible person. That's it. You're a fucking horrible person. You know you're horrible. We know you're horrible, but you got to fucking get those podcast numbers up. Yeah, dude. I've never been a big fan of JR. I think, and the thing is, I hate when listening to his podcast and he's acting like, oh, like you know how like we get pissed for Stephanie being full of shit. Jim
Mhm.
Ross is a million times worse than Stephanie. A million times worse than Stephanie. He's just not a good person. And the thing is, dude, if he just didn't have to say anything, like WWE does a classy move, and then you just shut the fuck up about it, man. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, you
Oh,
know?
yeah. Because here's the thing. I was not really going to talk about the greatest Royal Rumble and all the politics surrounding it
Well,
because,
it's hard because it's a
because
different
yeah,
country.
exactly.
It's a sticky situation.
Exactly. It's like, who gives a fuck? But here's the thing, and I don't think Jim understands this. And Jim, I know you're not listening, but in case you do, or let me break this down for you so you can understand it. It's not that the women couldn't, they weren't good enough to perform. It's not that they, couldn't get a spot on the card. It's they were not allowed to even go. They were not allowed by that country's culture. No women made that trip. They were not allowed to perform. Hell, some of the women's stuff, like on the WWE's video graphics, made it up on screen. Not
They
them
had to
being provided
apologize.
in their regular ring gear. People had to fucking apologize. Oh my God, that was obscene.
Yeah.
And to say, I mean, it's not that these girls weren't, good enough to get on the card. No, they were not allowed. And I just don't understand why anybody lets this slide. I mean, let's take the shoe. Take your shoe off, put it on the other foot. Let's just do this a different way. Let's say, let me pick on somebody that nobody's going to mind me picking on. Okay.
Well, no. Well, let's pick on Jim Ross. Let's
No,
say
no, no,
Jim
no.
Ross.
I'm trying to make a point here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Let's go the highball. Let's go highball. Let's go. WWE is all about don't be a bully, be a star. We're all inclusive. We're all open to people of nationalities. But yet, as soon as they got waved money, as soon as they got money waved in their fucking face, their women were told had to stay home. They kept Sami Zayn off the fucking show because he's Syrian ethnically. Let's see, the Davaris, I know at least one of them, our Davari on 205 Live, he got death threats.
Yeah.
And all for what? Okay, again, this is where the shoe comes on the other foot. Let's just say some white supremacists. Let's say somebody like Richard Spencer and David Duke got,
I'm just kidding. That was a low blow.
Let's just say they got together and they said, okay, we're going to give you $200 million to come to this arena that we built to do a show, but you need to leave your black talent at home. Would we even, WWE would be like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? This is fucking bullshit. Fuck no, keep your goddamn money. Yeah. Fuck you. But yet you have some Middle Eastern country where they just now gave the right to women to drive. They threw all their ethics. They threw everything that they said that they believed in out the fucking window.
Well, I know that, but it would be different. Like if they said, like if he's like, well, maybe not all women should get the bonuses, but here's the thing: he's making it sound like they couldn't go because of talent. Like that's not the case at all.
Exactly.
You don't think they would have picked Charlotte, Kana? You know what I mean? So like, it's not like they're giving away handouts. They're like, man, that's a fucked up situation. You would have been on the card anyway. Here you go. And not only that, but you know, after the women's battle royal, they would have done another one. So pretty much all those women would have been on the card. And yeah, so in some small way, I mean, I'm reaching here. That means that he agrees. He agrees with that government in some small way because he's like, oh, it's not everyone's God given right to fucking be on the card. Well, I don't know if that was. I don't know. It's just I know he because here's the thing. Most likely, this is a tactic for us to make fun of him so that fucking he can go on there and act all high and mighty and take the high road, and then everyone will fucking blindly support him anyway. It was probably a strategic move to get people to talk about it. But the reality is, it's if he's not just doing it for us to be angry and be like him to take the high road and be like, oh, people on the internet. If he's not doing that, I don't know why Jim Ross turned into Fat Albert. But if he's not doing that, he's really fucking dumb. He's really fucking dumb, and he's a piece of shit, and he knows he's a piece of shit. And that's, I don't know. I've just never really liked him, and I know he's super over and I know he's successful at life and I don't want to player hate, but there's a time where you're just like, dude, bro, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, man. It's not your time. You know? I don't know. Because like what if it was him? Dude, can you imagine if Jim Ross was a certain religion or Jim Ross did something where he wasn't allowed to go? He would not have shut the fuck up about that on his podcast. And not that, but in some small ways, he probably would get fucking a lawsuit. Like you could, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's just sad.
You
Like
know,
because
I just
it's either two things. He's a horrible old human being that doesn't realize he's fucking horrible, and people will support him because of his celebrity status, or he's just doing it to be like, oh, people are gonna talk shit, and at least people will listen to my podcast. That's it. There's like no other option. There is none. So, Jim Ross, are you a horrible fucking human being, or do you just need people to talk about your podcast? Hey, WWE fucking podcasters that suck dick for a living. Why don't you ask them that?
you know that's just something that just kind of bothered because I tried to keep my mouth shut about the greatest Royal Rumble because who gives a fuck
Well,
what anybody thinks about it?
it's a
It's their
tough topic.
decision. But I felt like okay, we were going to get through this. I mean, it sucked. I mean, there was Sami Zayn, who couldn't go because he's Syrian, and Saudi Arabia has ended diplomatic relationships with Syria a long time ago. Yeah, the Davaris get death threats,
Well, what was
because they're
Jim Ross's opinion
Iranian.
on that? Did Jim Ross comment on that? I'm not going to listen to his podcast at all. I
No,
assure you.
no, not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. He's comment. This was specifically sent out about the
Listen
women.
to Jim Ross is like listening to an ex-wife. Nothing's his fault. So I could sum up every Jim Ross podcast in the world. Hey guys, nothing's ever my fault, and I agree with you. Please listen to my podcast. I pretty much summed up everyone's podcast that's been a former WWE star.
I just really felt like his comments was over the line because it wasn't that these girls weren't good enough, or I mean, we're not talking about like, okay, these girls weren't good enough to get booked on the main card of WrestleMania. This was they could not go. They are not allowed to perform.
Well, and Triple H had to do a lot of PR damage. Triple H is like, hey, we're going to open up the barrier. We're going international. We'll try to push our agenda later. Like, but if I was Triple H, I'd pick up the phone and be like, Jim Ross, stop fucking talking. You're done. No more talking. Because you remember Triple H, he was hinting at it like, hey, dude, you have to break. And I agree with Triple H if he's being genuine. You can't just go there and be like, Queen Anna or whatever the fuck that chick was. But you can't just go there and be like, hey, fucking, this is what I want. You have to work with the country. You know what I mean? If you got it, and you got to break down barriers, and you have to work together. But at the same time, then come on, and one of your guys, a Hall of Famer, one of your announcers says this, you have to be like, bro, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, because if it was, because I wonder if he said anything about Sammy. Anyone that's can make it through Jim Ross's fucking "Nothing's My Fault" and I agree, everything should be awesome podcast like every other WWE superstar has. Did he mention anything about Sami Zayn?
Not to my
Because if he
knowledge.
didn't, then it just shows he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? That's
I
it.
just, I
So,
just read that and I had a huge problem with it.
of course, he's either old and a piece of shit, which is true, or best case scenario, he said stupid shit, so we'd talk about his podcast and other people would talk about it. But nothing's good's coming out of that. Ah, fucking Jim Ross, just be a decent human being. So many people like you.
I just, it just kind of pisses me off that WWE can be so goddamn hypocritical. They
Oh,
have
they
that
are all the time.
the
I mean,
anti-bullying campaign, but yet they kept bullies employed. Oh, it's a women's revolution. Oh, but as soon as the Saudis waved a shit ton of cash in their face, well, guess you bitches are staying in the kitchen.
well, the thing is, I'm kind of with WWE on this. You like to take the money and go and then because you can't just force your ways on another country. It's going to take time. You know what I mean? So
No, I
like
mean,
you're opening
well, look at it this
doors,
way. I mean, you could say, I understand what you're talking about. Uh,
but the thing is to go on a goddamn
but bear in
podcast
mind,
with millions of views and be like, these women are fucking worthless. Like, Jesus Christ, is Saudi Arabia fucking sponsoring Jim Ross's podcast now?
you know,
Did he get any of that
yeah.
Saudi money?
But when they did do a tour of the Middle East, remember Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss were actually able to wrestle in the United Arab Emirates. They were allowed to wrestle there. Now, granted, they had to be covered up. They wore like these custom bodysuits. So basically, the only thing showing skin wise was like their neck up, and that was it. But still, at least they got to wrestle. And I was thinking maybe why can't WWE go? All right, I'll tell you what, we'll cover our women up, but they got to perform, and that's breaking barriers. That's get your foot in the door.
Yeah,
Just go. I mean, basically, they just cut a commercial for the Saudi government.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I know what it is. I want to believe that WWE and Triple H really, and obviously I'm wrong, but I want to live in a world where they're doing good shit. But then Jim
Mhm.
Ross goes on his podcast and says that and be like, because he's pretty much been the voice of WWE. He pretty much has been so far up Vince McMahon's ass his whole goddamn career that that he's probably speaking for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just sad because it's one of those guys. You ever have a fucking scumbag friend and he's still your friend, but he's a fucking scumbag, and you're like, well, maybe he won't be a scumbag, but he's always a scumbag. That's
Mhm.
WWE and Jim Ross. You're like, oh, maybe they're not fucking. Oh, they are. They are because yeah, I don't know. I got nothing to say. The human race sucks, and it's just sad that Jim Ross is such a piece of shit and he's so famous, and you know what I mean? And I'm not even player hating. It's just that so many people like him and he's such a piece of shit, but his piece of shit views can be spread so far. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad that he's successful. I'm not mad that, a lot of people listen to him and follow him. I'm just mad that he's a piece of shit and can spread his shitty views so fast and so many people defend him. You know what I mean? I'm more
Mhm.
sad. I'm like, I'm gonna pull fucking a dad here. I'm just disappointed in WWE and Jim Ross. But I wonder. That's the question of the night. Let's do some live comments and wrap this up, buddy. I'm fucking Jim Ross is fucking depressing the shit out of me.
All right. I think you've already answered this one, but they wanted to know. I think it was Zach Rowe wanted to know what exactly your problem was with Jr. I think you pretty much answered that.
He's well, he's just a piece of shit. Like he's not a good person. And on top of that, I don't know. And like, let's take his character out of the way. I really don't enjoy the WWE light podcasts because it's pretty much, yeah, guys, you guys are cool. The fans are cool. I would have done that, but he had power. Why didn't he do it? You know what I mean? And on top of that, too, I don't know. And let's take away the personal stuff. Let's take away his podcast. Because it's not Jim Ross. Jim Ross ain't the only one that does that. So it's hard to pick on him. I'm in a minority here. I just
Mhm.
never thought he was that good. I honestly thought the best time he was really awesome with Paul Heyman. The rest of the time, I wasn't a fan of his, and it's a very unpopular opinion. So yeah, because there's some unpopular opinions.
I didn't, I was fine with him, especially during his WWE run, but he's definitely a WWE guy because, I mean, I've heard his commentary for New Japan. It is fucking horrible.
Yeah, he just mails it the fuck in. So, all right, Booms. Any more live comments?
Yeah, we got a few here, so I'm just going to go down here. But Zach Rose says it's unfair they didn't get booked, but if they didn't work, why pay them? And I think we've already kind of brought that up. It's because they just weren't allowed. I mean, period. I mean, they never got the chance.
Hey, you know what it is? I don't think they have to. I think it's a classy
Yeah.
move ruined by a
Yes.
fat ass podcaster. It's like, oh, that's it. Because, like, the thing is, if Jim Ross, that's why if I was Triple H, I'd be like, dude, bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Because Triple H or WWE, I'm putting a lot of pressure on Triple H, but WWE does a classy move and then Jim Ross just ruins it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, why? Like, yeah, he you know what? If he never mentioned it, we would have never known. If I don't know, it's just a classy move ruined by a WWE guy. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
there you go.
Zach Rowe, let's face it, Boom Boom, WWE, and the McMahon family are some of the most morally corrupt people going, and they don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, come on, Balor didn't wear his rainbow color shit.
yeah. So yeah, it's just fucking rough.
I
All
mean,
right.
it's just yeah, it's like the $1 million man, man. It's like everybody's got a price. We found out WWE's price to throw their fucking morals, ethics, and all that shit out the fucking window. two
Well,
hundred million.
the thing is, it was understand like see, it's like on board. I'm on board for the pay per view. I understand why they're doing it. All right. Then I'm on board of paying them. I'm like, wow, that's a classy thing. Even if they didn't pay them, like if they didn't pay them, I didn't even think about paying them. Like it didn't even cross my mind. But then they do a classy move, and I'm like, wow, that's fucking classy. That makes sense. What a great. And then Jim Ross like, oh, we shouldn't have fucking been a classy person. We shouldn't be decent human beings. You know what I mean? Like, thanks, Jim Ross. Come back next week. Why fucking Jim Ross says he hates puppies.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Any
So
more? Any more?
nah, we've covered everything. Just
We didn't get everything. I know you're lying, but anyway,
well,
like, comment, subscribe. Booms. Percentage wise, let's talk on a good thing. Samoa Joe beating Roman Reigns. Honest to God, percentage wise, what chance do you think in your heart Samoa Joe has to beat Roman Reigns?
40%.
That's pretty high considering it's against Roman Reigns. All right. Does anyone in the comments think Samoa Joe's gonna win? Tweet me at KocoSports. Booms, promote a bunch of stuff, and then I'm gonna high five you and go play video games with my girlfriend.
And by play video games, you mean go to bed.
I'm I'm like 98 years old, Booms.
Yeah,
I mean play
you're
video
you're
games.
you're up way past. You're up, no, I mean go to bed. No, I mean go to bed because you're up way past your bedtime, old man.
I know. So who knows? All right, let's rock and roll.
All right, be sure to check us out, KocoSports.com. That's KoCoSports.com. It's your home for combat sports, where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Also, be sure to check out Dave Koco's book, Operation Freak Show, available on Amazon.com. It's about vigilante justice. I think Dave Koco's got a few more things in the pipeline working there, so hopefully book number 2 will come out. It'll be even better than his first.
I hope.
Yep. Be sure to like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Make sure to thumbs up the video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell button because you never know when the hell we're going on air. Hell, we never know when we're going on air, but we just do it at random.
Well, hopefully we'll do it more and more now that I have access to this place. Because I had plenty of time to do podcasts, but then I got a noise complaint. Stupid Japan, thin walls. And check out Coco Plays. I might do a show in a little bit. Um, like, comment, subscribe, and Internet Infantry. Franielli popping a big question to his lady friend. We might have an Internet Infantry marriage. Woo-hoo! Hopefully it goes better than Kane's. Like, comment, subscribe. Boom, boom. Thank you very much. Internet Infantry, thank you very much. And with that, I am over. Bum, 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 bum.